That is Martin Prado, a 2-run single.
Followed an intentional walk, then an unintentional walk. The intentional walk ends up scoring the 5th run.
Full highlights of that game a little bit later on the program. Speaking of Cabrera, he's still red hot. 1. Facing Chris Sale in the 5th, deep and gone, 30th of the season. Tigers up 3-1.
Yeah, I want to put a tennis racket in his hand because that's the difference. Like, he just slaps the ball wherever he wants to hit.
Volley.
Yeah, very next pitch, Chris Sale throwing a fastball up and in a Prince fielder, and Jim Leland not pleased at all.
Well, you don't want to see anything up by somebody's head, but there was clearly, in my opinion, no intention. He's trying to go down and away, and he overthrew the pitch.
To the 6th, bases loaded for the rookie catcher, Josh Begley against Anibal Sanchez. Begley's first career grand slam.
Begley, only been in the big leagues a handful of days here. Out of Indiana University, has reestablished himself as a prospect with a hot start this year.
We were hoping to see what the future's game, Brad.
Yes.
White Sox up now 5-3. Sanchez taken out after the home run, replaced by Luke Peconin. The first pitch going behind Alexi Ramirez. That one's on purpose, right?
Oh, that one was? Yes, absolutely. There's no doubt.
How could you even ask?
I don't like it that he missed them. I mean, if you're going to
the relievers, though.
Yeah, well, they have to do the sprint sometimes. But if you're going to hit them, hit them.
Oh, yeah, Leland's fired up here. He's going to get a jump.
He had the Tiger mascot, I think, somewhere over there. I don't know. Bat Boy might have gotten drilled.
Chad Fairchild tosses Leland. Ramirez calms down, stays in the game. When play resumes, Ramirez finishing his at-bat. He will bloop it on the first base bag for a single, but he comes up limping after the play, grabbing his hamstring. He'd leave the game. The White Sox lose Ramirez, but win the game 6-3. And check out Torrey Hunter's response when reporters asked him what happened.
As far as what happened with Peconin getting ejected and Sale coming up and in on Prince, what were your thoughts on everything that transpired there? What can you say? What will you say?
Really? That's Torrey Hunter.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You can see the catcher set up down and away. Look at Chris Sale's reaction. That to me is what tells you everything. He's not trying to hit him. Granted, you don't want to throw up an injured. He's not trying to throw it anywhere near Prince Fielder's head. Now watch this reaction. You throw it. That's what a pitcher does when you do it on purpose. We've all been there. You throw the pitch and you start walking towards home plate. That's the way. That's what tells me what's intentional and what isn't. Now, did the Tigers have a reason to hit somebody? Sure, they did. Sale threw one up and in at Prince Fielder's head. It's just the way it all happened, and the way he threw it 10 feet behind the guy.
Right.
I mean, your command has to be a little better than that,
You
right?
would hope so if you're in the big leagues.
Yes, exactly.
Well, it's always a tug of war. I mean, it's a game of, ego back and forth. I don't want to be intimidated. I got to establish this, and you set the tone. So whether he was intentionally throwing a fielder, it's immaterial, actually. They don't want to give up any ground. And I think that's the battle within the battle.
Battle within the battle. That's been the story for Steve Delabar so far this season. He wins the final vote in the American League. Last place Toronto Blue Jays. They've got 4 All-Stars, including 2 from the bullpen. Brett Cecil and Steve Delabar. Delabar been a great story, Doug.
Well, big sinker, under 2 ERA, and the Blue Jays have been trying to find some steady form of the bullpen since their starters early in the season really struggled, and he's really anchored it.
4 holds as well. 4. R.A. Dick and the Jays taking on the Indians. Bottom of the first. It's Asdrubal Cabrera. Knuckle this. 7th homer of the season.
Did not knuckle well for him today, unfortunately.
Well, you hear all the time, you hear people say, hey, get that knuckleball up. And it was up, and he didn't miss it.
Top of 6, Jose Bautista, ladder to left. Tying run scores as Joey Bats is into the double. He's headed to the All-Star game at Citi Field. Game tied at 1. Bottom of 6, this is what the knuckleball will do, Mark. Here he hits Michael Brantley.
Well, and that one actually had some late movement. It kind of cut the wrong way, I think, than what Dickie wanted.
Full count, he walks Ryan Rayburn, 2 on, none out. And later in the inning, that's Lonnie Chisenhall over the head of Jose Reyes. Indians up 3-1, they win at 4-2.
I mean, I would say he didn't command the knuckleball today because you don't really command the knuckleball, right? You just let it go.
Never actually happened.
I think.
Right.
Indians win this one. 4-2, they double them up. But let's give it up for Danny Salazar as we go beyond the box score.
Well, Salazar is good. And you see a 96 to 98 mile an hour fastball here. And he commanded it in this game. This is his first big league start. Has a lot of energy going into his first start. Now here's the difference maker. Here's the split. The split starts in the same spot as that fastball. He can elevate it up in the zone. The hitters see the split out of the hand. They think fastball, but it's that last little bit where that ball tumbles out of the strike zone. and they swing over the top. And he has a very good one. For as hard as he throws, and as hard as he throws that split, that ball drops quite a bit.
All right, all you sports fans out there, it's you, the individual, the tubosphere. Thanks for watching the sports clips that we brought you here at the OMSR. We are now going into the talk radio version, Gen 3.0. I am your host, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Thrill. Yes, the clips are over. Sorry, it's not a bait and switch type deal. Most of you probably turned the channel off already. Just kidding. If you want to get involved vis-a-vis comments, just be respectful to your fellow tubers and the show. We're able to bring you more clips than you otherwise would get because we abide by what's called the DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act. It covers a fair use standard, minimal use, and derivatives. So the aforementioned clips, courtesy to ESPN and Major League Baseball, copyright as well. All the other original clips and the overall concept, all the original content, copyright to the one-man sports rant. All right, so talk radio-wise, sports subject-wise, and you know where you were based on the title, because this is the same baseline show for, I believe this is 3 parts, or 4 parts we're doing. The voting for the All-Star game, Derek Jeter returning, teams doing well, dude pitching at Tampa Bay, the parts 3 and 4. The designated hitter rule, broke that up into a couple parts, you know, because of the aforementioned DMCA. I mean, in other words, a Good Ship Sports Club Lollipop on YouTube is sold. You can't just, well, you can, but it's not advisable in the sense of you can put up like a 10-minute bit of a 30-minute sporting event on your channel. Yeah, we wouldn't suggest that. We don't even show 10 minutes worth of stuff, and we have 4 to 5 of our own, so that's the way it's got to be with the DMCA. There has to be an amalgamation of your own original content when you're going to go out there and borrow others. And just giving courtesy to with our little itty-bitty ditty, musical ditties, intros, and so forth, it doesn't cut it. There still has to be within the legality of it. All right, back to the sports talk. With regard to baseball, so this was all MLB All-Star game coming up this weekend, so I thought I'd cover midweek before the weekend, as it were, midweek on a Thursday. There was a lot of stuff going on. And dumb luck will happen to run across today, that being Thursday, July 11th. So we'll wait and see after the All-Star game, all the activities. We'll be covering a lot of baseball coming up. All right, thanks for watching. Later days, more signature plays. No silly DUIs.